You were not born to chase. You were not born to beg. You were born to create, to attract, to become magnetic to everything you desire. Chasing, forcing, overthinking. It's exhausting. What if I told you the way to get everything you want is actually by doing less? Stay with me. Watch until the end, and you'll understand how relaxing, truly relaxing, can unlock everything you've been trying so hard to get. Let's slow it down. Let's reset. Let's manifest everything you want without burning out. Part 1. Stop chasing, start attracting. We live in a world that constantly tells you, hustle harder, grind longer, move faster. The louder you are, the more you're seen. The busier you look, the more you're respected. The harder you chase, the better your chances. But the truth is, the more you chase something, the more you're pushing it away. Because the very act of chasing says, I don't have it. It places your desire outside yourself. It turns what you want into something distant, something separate from you. Now think about the people who seem to effortlessly attract everything they desire. They don't run. They don't desperately scramble after opportunities. They don't plead for attention or force their way into circles. Instead, they move differently. They are calm. They are certain. They are rooted. And because of that energy, people, opportunities, and abundance naturally move toward them. It's like a gravitational pull. You can't explain it, but you can feel it. It's not about shouting louder. It's not about posting more, doing more, or begging more. It's about becoming more. When you stop chasing and start aligning, something powerful happens. You begin to act, think, and exist as if what you desire is already yours. You start radiating a quiet certainty, and certainty is magnetic. True confidence doesn't scream. It whispers. It's the unshakable belief that you belong, that you are already worthy of everything you desire, and that you don't have to fight for what's already aligned with you. The world feels that energy. When you walk into a room and you're not trying to impress anyone, when you speak without needing to be heard, when you move without needing approval, you become unforgettable. Because most people are desperate to be seen, desperate to be loved, desperate to be validated. But the rare few, the 1%, don't operate from desperation. They operate from presence, from wholeness, from knowing they're already enough. And when you carry that energy, you don't chase. You attract. You attract people who respect you. You attract opportunities that recognize your value. You attract abundance because you act as someone who naturally deserves it. Now let's be clear. Attracting isn't about sitting on a couch waiting for life to happen to you. It's about doing the inner work first. It's about becoming someone whose energy matches the life they desire. It's about embodying the qualities that you want to draw into your life. You ask yourself every day, am I aligned with what I want? Am I embodying the confidence, the peace, the strength that the next level of my life requires? Because when you align with what you want, life begins to move for you. The job finds you. The relationships find you. The money flows to you. Not because you chased harder, but because you became the kind of person who naturally draws those things in. Think of the ocean. It doesn't chase the river. It doesn't need to. The river finds its way to the ocean, naturally, inevitably. You are the ocean. You don't have to chase anymore. You don't have to prove your worth by running yourself into the ground. You don't have to exhaust yourself trying to force life to happen. Instead, you slow down. You breathe. You move from a place of calm power. And from that place, everything you once thought was so far away starts to come closer. Easily, naturally, without force. Imagine waking up each morning not anxious to chase the day, but excited to attract what's already aligned for you. Imagine walking into every room knowing you don't have to prove a thing, because your energy speaks before you even open your mouth. That's the power of stop chasing and start attracting. And today you begin. You begin by reminding yourself, you already have everything you need within you. The more you embody that truth, the faster the world will reflect it back to you. There's nothing missing. There's nothing broken. There's nothing to chase. There's only alignment to step into. There's only your true power to reclaim. And as you do, you'll see the very things you thought were running away from you were simply waiting for you to become the person who no longer needed to chase. Today you stop running. Today you become magnetic. When you stop chasing, you let go of the stress and tension that comes from constantly feeling like you're not enough, like you need to do more, be more, or have more. In that space of letting go, You create the freedom to actually experience life and all its abundance. The reality is, nothing you desire is out of your reach. It's simply waiting for you to align with it. The moment you stop forcing, pushing, and overexerting yourself, you begin to see the flow of life working with you, not against you. So from now on, remember this: you are not here to chase. You are here to attract, to embody, and to shine. Once you truly understand this, you'll feel lighter, more connected to the rhythm of life, and more capable of manifesting everything you've ever wanted. Now is the time. Stop chasing. Start attracting. Become magnetic. Your life is waiting for you to align with it. Part 2. Chill but stay clear. Relaxing doesn't mean you stop caring. It doesn't mean you give up or sit back and let life simply happen to you. Relaxing means you trust. You trust that what's meant for you is already finding its way into your life. You trust that the energy you're putting out is shaping the reality you'll soon step into. You trust that you are doing enough, even when you can't yet see the results. And that kind of trust, it's powerful, because when you trust, you remove the panic. You remove the pressure. You clear out the noise. Panic makes you rush. Panic makes you act out of fear, not faith. It tempts you to dig up the very seeds you planted, asking questions like, why isn't it here yet? Am I doing enough? Should I be doing more? And every time you doubt, every time you dig, you disturb the very thing that's quietly growing for you. Think about it. You plant a seed. You water it. You give it sunlight. But you don't yank it out of the dirt every morning to check if it's growing. You don't scream at it to sprout faster. You simply trust. You know that beneath the surface, where you can't see, powerful things are happening. Roots are taking hold, foundations are being built. And in time, when it's ready, that seed will break through the soil and bloom. The same is true for your dreams. You set your intentions. You take small, steady actions every day. You stay clear about what you want. But you don't obsess over it. You don't panic. You don't suffocate the dream with desperation. You plant it. You nurture it. And then you relax. You allow space for the universe to do its part. Because timing isn't always in your control. And that's not a bad thing. What is meant for you is already moving toward you, and it will arrive exactly when you are ready to receive it. When you trust the timing, you move differently. You move with patience, certainty, and peace. And that peace makes you magnetic. It tells the world, I know it's coming. I'm not worried. I'm already aligned. You're not chasing. You're not forcing. You're not clinging. You're allowing. And there's a quiet, unshakable power in that. There's wisdom in understanding that the bamboo plant spends years growing roots underground before it ever breaks the surface. Years. But when it finally rises, it shoots up feet in just weeks. Your life works the same way. Sometimes the most important growth is happening where you can't see it. Sometimes your biggest breakthroughs are being prepared behind the scenes. Your only job is to keep watering the dream, with faith, with small daily actions, and trust that the timing will take care of the rest. Relaxing isn't giving up. It's standing tall in your knowing. It's saying, I know who I am. I know where I'm going. And I trust that everything I'm doing today is enough. Because it is enough. You are enough. Even when it feels slow. Even when nothing seems to be happening. Even when doubts creep in. You are still enough. And when you can relax into that truth, when you can hold the vision without needing to strangle it into existence, you open yourself up to a life better than anything you could have forced. You open yourself up to miracles. You open yourself up to right place, right time moments. You open yourself up to effortless alignment. All because you chose trust over control. So today, ask yourself, where can I relax a little more? Where am I holding on too tightly? Where am I digging up my dreams instead of trusting their growth? And then breathe. Plant your feet firmly into the earth. Smile, even if you don't see the evidence yet, because you know it's coming. The same way the seasons change without being rushed. The same way the tides move without being forced. Your life is unfolding at exactly the pace it's supposed to. Trust it, relax into it, and watch. Everything you've been asking for will start finding its way to you faster than you ever imagined. Part 3. Fall in love with the process. It's easy to love the idea of success. We see the highlights, the glamorous moments where people have achieved their dreams, and instantly feel inspired. The allure of success promises recognition, wealth, fame, and respect, and it's natural to want that. We all crave the fruits of our labor. But here's the trap. While the outcome is appealing, it's fleeting. That initial rush of achievement feels amazing, but it doesn't guarantee lasting fulfillment. The real magic isn't in the outcome, it's in the journey. Success is temporary, but the process transforms you. It's the work you put in, the daily grind, the small victories and constant overcoming of challenges. That's where real growth happens. When you stop needing the outcome to feel good, everything changes. It's no longer about the finish line. It's about the love you develop for every step you take toward it. In a world obsessed with results, it's easy to get caught in the trap of chasing external validation. From school to social media, we're surrounded by endless success stories. But true fulfillment doesn't come from reaching the destination. It comes from falling in love with the process itself. When you show up simply because you love the work, not because you're chasing a trophy, you unlock something powerful. The satisfaction isn't in ticking boxes or winning awards. It's in doing the work for its own sake. When effort stops being a means to an end and becomes the end itself, you realize that every step forward, no matter how small, is success. Progress, not perfection, becomes the goal. Falling in love with the process also transforms how you deal with challenges. The path to success is rarely smooth. Setbacks, failures, and self-doubt are inevitable. But when your focus is on the journey, failure stops being something to fear. Instead, it becomes a vital part of your growth. Every stumble refines you, sharpens your skills, and teaches you something valuable. When you stop fearing failure, you open yourself to a world of growth. You learn to persevere, adapt, and bounce back stronger. Resilience, a skill no amount of easy success can teach you, becomes your greatest asset. The process demands that you confront challenges head-on, and in doing so, you become stronger, wiser, and more capable. The real transformation happens when you start loving the challenges themselves. Obstacles are no longer roadblocks, they become opportunities. Every difficulty turns into a puzzle to solve, a chance to level up. This shift in mindset, from dreading hard work to embracing it, changes everything. You stop running from difficulty and start seeking it, knowing that with every challenge you face, you are building the future you desire. Along the way, you also start noticing the small wins you used to overlook. When you're only focused on the big picture, it's easy to miss them. But when you love the process, you celebrate every tiny victory. Completing a task you once thought impossible, overcoming a fear, learning a new skill. These little wins fuel you. They remind you that you are growing, evolving, and moving closer to your goals, even if progress feels slow. When you're genuinely enjoying the process, manifestation becomes effortless. Many misunderstand manifestation as simply visualizing a result and waiting for it. But the true secret is this: manifestation happens when you're immersed in the work itself. When you love the process, the effort, the challenges, the grind, your energy naturally aligns with your dreams. Without even forcing it, you begin to attract the results you desire. This is where the universe seems to conspire in your favor. When you stop obsessing over the end and start focusing on the now, you detach from the need for external validation, knowing that success will come in its own time. You trust the journey, and that trust gives you an unshakable peace. Setbacks no longer feel like failure. They're just part of the path. You realize that growth is not linear, and that's perfectly okay. Patience becomes a virtue you cultivate naturally. You stop expecting overnight miracles and start respecting the process, trusting that each small step matters. As patience grows, so does your inner peace. You stop feeling pressured by deadlines, comparisons, or societal expectations. You work because you love the work. You live because you love the life you are building, one choice, one effort, one moment at a time. In this space, you find fulfillment, not someday when you achieve a goal, but right now. The more you embrace the process, the more you realize the outcome isn't the prize. You are. The person you become, resilient, disciplined, joyful, patient, is the real reward. So fall in love with the process. Fall in love with the daily effort, the obstacles, the growth, and the small victories. When you do, success stops being a destination and becomes a reflection of who you've become along the way. Part 4. Let go of the timeline. One of the biggest mistakes people make, one of the things that secretly blocks everything they want, is stressing about when it's going to happen. We dream. We plan, we visualize, and then we wait, and we wait. And when it doesn't show up right away, we start to panic. We doubt ourselves. We doubt the dream. We wonder if it was ever meant for us at all. And the worst part, the more we worry about it, the heavier it feels. The farther away it seems to drift. The more it tightens that knot in our chest that says, what if it never happens? But here's the truth. Real power begins the moment you stop obsessing over the timeline. You want it? Beautiful. You're working toward it? Even better. But when it happens, that's not your job. You're not the clock. You're not the universe's event planner. You're the dreamer, the visionary, the one who plants seeds and trusts that they'll bloom in their season. Your only job is to stay open, stay ready, stay alive inside the life you're already building. Because here's the thing most people don't realize. The timeline almost never looks the way you pictured it. You imagine it's a straight, logical path. Work hard, wait a little, reward shows up neatly on time. In reality, it looks more like work hard, wait, doubt yourself, get frustrated, almost give up, miracle appears when you least expect it. The miracle almost always comes the moment you loosen your grip. The moment you stop suffocating it with fear and neediness. Not because you gave up, but because you let go. You trusted. You created space for it to breathe, to grow, to find you in the right way at the right time. When you let go of the timeline, you're sending a message to the universe. I'm not worried. I know it's mine. I'm too busy living my best life to stress about the when. And that energy, calm, confident, playful, magnetic, is what actually speeds things up. Think about it. Have you ever been around someone who's desperate, clinging, needing constant reassurance? It's heavy. You instinctively want to back away, to give yourself space. Now compare that to someone who's easygoing. Someone who trusts life, who knows their worth, who smiles and moves through the world like everything they want is already theirs. You're drawn to them. You want to be in their orbit. It's the exact same with your dreams. When you grip too tightly, when you're desperate for it to happen now, you choke the flow. You introduce resistance where there should be openness. When you relax, when you trust, you create room for miracles to land. Letting go doesn't mean you stop caring. It doesn't mean you stop working. It doesn't mean you stop visualizing, dreaming, taking action. It means you trust so deeply that you no longer need to cling. You know that what's meant for you, what's aligned with your soul, your energy, your highest good, is already making its way to you. Maybe it's taking a scenic route. Maybe it's growing bigger and better than you even asked for. Maybe it's aligning people, opportunities, and situations that you can't even see yet. You have to give it time to unfold. You have to allow yourself to be surprised. You have to trust that delay is not denial. It's just divine timing weaving something even better than you could plan. Because sometimes the thing you want by Friday isn't nearly as incredible as the thing that's scheduled for next month. Sometimes the thing you're praying for right now is just a stepping stone towards something so much bigger, so much richer, so much more aligned with your soul. But if you're so busy obsessing over the small thing, you might miss the greater thing trying to find you. So let go. Let go of needing it by a certain date. Let go of needing constant signs and confirmations. Let go of refreshing your email or checking your phone every 5 minutes. Focus instead on becoming the person who already has it. Focus on the energy of having it now. Feel it. Live it. Breathe it. Walk through life with the quiet certainty that what's yours cannot miss you. Smile. Relax your shoulders. Take deep, grateful breaths. Move forward with joy. Because when you no longer need your dream to complete you, when you no longer need it to validate your worth, you open the gates for it to flow naturally to you. It will come not because you chased it harder, not because you begged for it louder, but because you became a vibrational match to receive it. And that shift in energy is the real win. The life you're building, the dreams you're nurturing, they're already real and a version of reality you're just stepping into. Every action you take in trust moves you closer. Every moment you live in joy signals the universe that you're ready. Stay ready. Stay open. Keep living like it's already happening. And most importantly, let go of the timeline. The magic is already in motion. The miracles are already on their way. Your only job is to be the person who's ready to catch them when they land. Part 5. Control your energy. When you're calm inside, the outside world reacts differently to you. It's almost like magic, but it's not magic. It's alignment. It's energy. You've probably felt it before. When you're desperate for something, a job, a relationship, an opportunity, it feels like it runs from you. Like the more you chase it, the faster it slips away, almost mocking your efforts. But when you're relaxed, when you're grounded and good either way, when you know that whether it happens or not, you are still whole, somehow, what you want just shows up. Easier, quicker, more naturally, as if it was meant to find you all along. That's not random. That's not luck. That's your energy at work. That's the invisible conversation you're having with the universe, the one that says, I trust. I know. I'm ready. See, everything you want, the dream life, the perfect opportunities, the right people, is already out there circling you. But it can feel your energy before it even reaches you. It can sense when you're operating from fear instead of faith. It can tell when you're clinging too tightly, gripping so hard that you're actually pushing what you want away. And fear energy? It repels. Fear energy screams, I'm scared it won't happen. I don't trust. I need this to be okay. And that energy makes everything tense. It blocks the flow. But confident energy is magnetic. It pulls things in naturally without force or struggle. It says, I know what's mine will find me. I know my worth. I am not lacking anything. Imagine you're walking into a room. Two people are sitting there. One is tense, fidgeting, desperate for your attention, practically pulling on your energy. The other is relaxed, grounded, smiling calmly because they know who they are and they don't need to prove it. Who are you more drawn to? Exactly. Life works the same way. The opportunities you dream about, the relationships you crave, the abundance you seek, they're all drawn to your calm, steady presence. They're drawn to the trust you carry inside you. When you relax into your power, when you control your inner world, you stop chasing and start attracting. You move through life differently. You're not scrambling for approval. You're not chasing validation. You're not panicking about timelines and outcomes. Instead, you're walking through the world with quiet confidence. You're living in a way that says, I already have everything I need within me. Anything else is a bonus, not a necessity. That's powerful energy. That's unshakable energy. And the most beautiful part, you don't have to feel 100% confident every second to have it. You just have to return to it, again and again, whenever you drift. When anxiety creeps in, you pause. When fear whispers lies, you breathe. When impatience urges you to force, you step back and remember, I am safe. I am enough. I trust the process. This isn't about sitting on the sidelines doing nothing. This isn't about being passive and waiting for miracles. It's about taking inspired action from a place of calmness, not chaos. It's about moving when it feels right, not because you're panicking or rushing. Picture yourself like a lighthouse. A lighthouse doesn't run up and down the shore trying to find ships. It doesn't scream into the night, begging for attention. It simply stands strong, steady, glowing with its own light. And because it shines consistently, the ships find their way. You don't have to chase. You don't have to exhaust yourself forcing doors open. You just have to shine, steadily, naturally, without desperation. When you focus on mastering your energy, everything starts moving differently around you. People notice you more, not because you're louder, but because your calmness makes you magnetic. Opportunities seem to unfold more easily, not because you're lucky, but because you're aligned. Life begins to feel less like a constant struggle and more like an elegant, flowing dance. Because the truth is, you were never meant to control everything outside of you. You were only ever meant to master what's inside of you. And when your inner world is steady, grounded, and clear, nothing outside can throw you off course for long. This is the energy we are cultivating now. Calm, confident, magnetic, rooted. Not because we're pretending everything is perfect, but because we trust that whatever happens, we will handle it. You're not chasing anything anymore. You're not panicking about when or how or if. You're not clinging to outcomes as if your life depends on them. You're walking forward with trust. You're standing tall in your own light. You're letting life meet you halfway, because you know you are already enough. And everything you desire, it's already on its way to you. You just have to stay calm enough, steady enough, open enough to receive it. Part 6. Build yourself, not just your goals. Most people live in a constant state of chasing. Chasing more money, chasing more followers, chasing more recognition, chasing more success. They think, If I could just get that next thing, then I'll be happy. If I can just hit that next milestone, then I'll finally feel worthy. And for a while, maybe they do. Maybe the dopamine hits. Maybe they celebrate. Maybe they post about it, get a few congratulations, and for a fleeting moment, feel like they've made it. But sooner or later, that empty feeling creeps back in. The rush fades, and they find themselves right back where they started. Because the truth is, chasing more stuff is a never-ending game. There's always another level. There's always someone doing better. There's always something new to chase. And if you don't shift your focus, you'll spend your whole life running on that treadmill, never really arriving anywhere. You'll always be in the process of wanting more, but never being more. So here's a different path. Stop chasing goals. Start building yourself. Instead of asking, how can I get more? Start asking, how can I become more? Because when you focus on becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts the life you want, you don't have to beg for it. You don't have to stress about it. You don't have to force it. It simply comes to you. You become a magnet for the very things you desire. But this all starts within. It starts with your mindset. How do you speak to yourself when no one's around? Are you building yourself up or tearing yourself down? Do you see challenges as stepping stones, or do you treat them like dead ends? It starts with your habits. What do you do when no one's watching? Are you building daily disciplines that make you proud? Or are you waiting for motivation to swoop in and rescue you? It starts with your energy. Are you moving through your day with gratitude, curiosity, and calm confidence? Or are you dragging yourself around, weighed down by resentment, fear, and insecurity? It starts with your peace. Are you protecting your mind? Are you setting boundaries to preserve your energy? Are you carving out time for yourself to rest, recharge, and reconnect with who you truly are? Because here's the thing. When you focus on yourself, when you level up your thoughts, your habits, your self-respect, the outside world begins to reflect that growth. You don't have to chase better opportunities. They find you. You don't have to chase better relationships. They find you. You don't have to chase validation. You are validation. You don't have to chase peace. You become peace. The better you become, the better your life becomes, almost automatically. It's not magic. It's alignment. You're matching the energy of the life you say you want. Think about it. If you want to live an extraordinary life, you have to become an extraordinary person. If you want loyalty, honesty, abundance, and freedom, you have to embody those qualities first. You can't expect to attract peace while living in chaos. You can't expect to attract abundance while thinking in scarcity. You can't expect to attract love while treating yourself like you're not enough. You have to become the thing you're looking for. That's where the real transformation happens. Not when you achieve the goal, but when you evolve into the person who can achieve it effortlessly. That's the true flex. That's the real success story. Because guess what? Life gets lighter when you stop chasing and start becoming. Life gets sweeter when you stop stressing about results and start focusing on your process. Life gets richer when you realize the prize isn't out there, it's inside you. Every small win, every quiet moment of discipline, every tough conversation you have with yourself, every time you choose to believe in yourself, even when it feels easier to quit. That's you building you. That's you stepping into the next level of your life, brick by brick, day by day. And every day you build yourself, you come closer to the version of you who can achieve everything you dream of. Not because it's forced, but because it's inevitable. So if you take nothing else away from this today, take this. Don't just build goals. Build the kind of person who makes those goals inevitable. Because when you become the person, the success has no choice but to follow. Your goals aren't waiting to be checked off a list. They're a reflection of who you've become. Part 7. Focus on your world. Instead of worrying about when something's coming, instead of checking the clock, checking the signs, checking your phone every 5 minutes, focus on your world. Your world is where the real magic happens. Your mind, your habits, your energy. That's where everything starts. Every second you spend stressing about when your dreams will arrive is a second you could have spent building the version of you who's ready for them. You want big things? Start living like you deserve them now, not later, not when they show up. Now, focus on getting stronger mentally. Strength isn't about being tough all the time. It's about being steady. It's about not letting little things shake you. It's about training your mind to stay clear, focused, and positive, even when there's no evidence yet that things are happening. Because here's the truth. Most of the magic happens before you can see it. Imagine planting a seed underground. You water it, you care for it, you trust that something's happening, even if you can't see it yet. If you kept digging it up every day to check, you'd kill it. Same with your dreams. Same with the life you're building. Instead of waiting to see proof, be the proof. Focus on enjoying your day. Not every second has to be perfect. Not every moment will feel magical. But there's always something good happening if you pay attention. A smile from a stranger. The feeling of sunshine on your skin. That peaceful moment when you're sipping coffee and everything feels still. That's the energy you build from. That's what strengthens your foundation. Because when you enjoy where you are, you make it easier for bigger, better things to find you. Focus on small wins. Everyone wants the big moments, the $1 million deal, the dream relationship, the I made it moment. But those big wins are just the result of 1,000 small wins stacked together. A day where you chose patience instead of frustration, that's a win. A morning where you got up and did your routine even when you didn't feel like it, that's a win. An afternoon where you smiled, laughed, and let yourself just be present, huge win. Celebrate those. They matter more than you think. Manifestation isn't about sitting around wishing and hoping all day. It's not about forcing a smile while secretly feeling miserable inside. It's about living like you already have it. When you live like it's already yours, when you move through your day with gratitude, confidence, and joy, you become the type of person who naturally attracts everything they once hoped for. You're not begging the universe. You're co-creating with it. Smile more. Even if nothing big happened today, smile because you're becoming someone you're proud of. Smile because every step forward, even the invisible ones, are adding up. Smile because deep down, you know it's working, even if you can't explain how. Move with purpose. Wake up and act like your dreams are already part of your reality. Don't just drag yourself through your day, move with intention. Even if today's tasks are simple, do them with pride. You're not just passing time, you're building something. You're laying bricks for a life that's going to blow your own mind someday. Appreciate what you already have. It's so easy to get caught up in what's missing, what you wish you had, what still hasn't shown up yet. But gratitude shifts everything. When you love what you have, you make space for more to love you back. When you focus on your world, your mindset, your energy, your joy, the outside world has no choice but to rearrange itself to match your new frequency. The right people start showing up, the right doors open, the right moments unfold. It all begins and ends with you. Not with the waiting, not with the stressing, not with the wishing, but with the simple, powerful choice to show up, fully, gratefully, and confidently, every single day. You don't have to control everything. You just have to control what's yours, your mind, your actions, your energy. Focus on your world, and watch the universe rise to meet you. I'll end this by saying, take a deep breath. Let it all go for now. You're not in a rush. You're not in a race. You're exactly where you need to be. Relax. Trust yourself. Trust the timing. It's all already yours. And when you chill and stay clear, everything you desire will come to you naturally. Keep showing up. Keep being you. The rest will take care of itself.